Magandang araw mga katresis. Tunghayan po natin ang part 11 ng ating kwentong pinamagatang Pag-ibig ko sa'yo. Pero bago po tayo magpatuloy ay pakilike po ng ating video at pakiclick na din po ng subscribe button. Ganon din po ang bell icon para lagi kayong updated sa mga paparating ko pang upload. Kinakabahan si Limuel. He had never been that serious in his whole life. It was as if he was about to present a business with millions at stake. However, it was more than a business deal. This was his Lara's deal. He needed to eat for Lara. Mr. Rodriguez, bati niya sa may edad na lalaking dumating. Saglit na nagkamustahan sila. Hindi alam ni Mr. Rodriguez kung ano ang totoong pakay rito. Ang alam nito ay naroon sila para pag-usapan ng isang business proposal. Iyon ang dahilan niya kaya nakipagkita siya rito doon sa Canada. Hindi nagtagal ay dumating din ang isa pang kausap niya, ang ina ni Lara. Looking at the woman made him see Lara in later years. Mrs. Rodriguez was still beautiful despite her age. Pagkalapit ng babae ay ngumiti ito sa kanya, subalit naalis agad iyon nang makita ang kanyang kasama. Bakas ang pagkagulat at pagkabalisa sa mukha ng dalawa. "What is this all about?" tanong ni Mrs. Rodriguez. "I know you weren't expecting to see each other here, Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez," kalmadong wika ni Limuel. "I don't know what your issues are with each other. I just need to talk to the two of you. This is regarding your daughter." "What about Lara?" sabay tanong ng dalawa. Bakas sa boses ng mga ito ang pag-alala at pananabik. He wondered how they were able to leave Lara. How could they do that to her? Pinaupo muna si Mrs. Rodriguez bago siya nag-umpisa. He showed them a picture of his Ate May. "This is May Miranda, ani ni Mrs. Paredes. Remember her, Thomas? She used to be Troy's girlfriend." Tumango lamang si Mr. Rodriguez. "She's my sister," pahayag ni Limuel. Napasinghap ang mga ito at nagtatakang tiningnan siya. He told them about what Troy did to her sister and about his plans before. He told them how he used Lara to extract his revenge. "The day of their accident was the day I met Lara in Batangas and told her everything about my plans. I had no idea she was with them. She left my house upset and I immediately left for Manila to go to Australia." Hindi na maipinta ang mukha ng mga ito. She knew they were upset and mad at the same time. So that's why Lara's boyfriend never showed up at the hospital? And why she didn't answer when I asked her why they went to Batangas? She just kept on saying that the accident was all her fault. Wika ni Mr. Rodriguez. Ilang sandaling katahimikan ang namagitan sa kanilang tatlo. "Why are you telling us all of this now?" tanong ni Mrs. Rodriguez kapag guwan. "Lara is doing an excellent job in ruining her life, ma'am. She's miserable. She needs you before she succeeds in destroying her life." "What has she been doing?" Mr. Rodriguez almost scoffed at the question. It was so obvious that they had not been in contact with their daughter. Kung paano nangyari iyon ay hindi niya alam. She works for Hit Management as a layout artist and she has other part-time jobs too. learned that she also had numerous job offers that she simply ignored. May inilabas siyang isang pocket calendar na nakuha niya kay Lara. May mga petsang may kulay roon. This is Lara's calendar. Those are the dates when she drowns herself in alcohol. Those are the days na masaya siya before. Ipinaliwanag iyon ni Joy sa kanya nang makita iyon nito pagkatapos ng araw ng Pasko. Dapat ay nasa law school siya ngayon, sabi ni Mr. Rodriguez. Umiling siya. I told her that. She also wishes she were dead, ma'am. Sir, you need to put sense into her before she becomes suicidal. Ginagawa niya ang lahat ng iyon dahil ang paniniwala niya ay siya ang may kasalanan ng lahat ng nangyari sa pamilya ninyo. God, what have I done? She asked me to stay with her but I didn't. Napaluhang sambit ni Mrs. Rodriguez. Bakit mo ginagawa ito ngayon? Tanong ni Paredes sa kanya. Mahirap ng paniwalaan, but I love your daughter, sir. But because of my pride, I choose to hurt her. God knows how close I was to aborting my plans and just tell her that I loved her. But my huge pride clouded my sound judgment. I love her, and if I could drag her back into my life, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Now he knew why pride was a deadly sin. Because of pride, he let his greatest love go. At that time, he thought he had made the best decision for his sister, for Lara, and for himself. Sana kung hindi niya pinairal ang kanyang pride, nasabi sana niya kay Lara ang totoo. She would be furious, for sure, but he wouldn't let her be angry for long. She would forgive him and they would be together. If pride hadn't existed, then that would have been the scenario. Mahal na mahal niya si Lara at nasasaktan siyang makita ang lungkot sa mga mata nito. Kung maaari lang niyang ibalik ang buhay ng kapatid nito, ay gagawin niya. He would give anything just to see her happy again. Kaya naman, kahit walang kasiguraduhan, ang pakikipagkita niya sa mga magulang nito ay sumugal siya. If admitting his sins verbally was the price to pay, so Lara's life would at least get better, he would pay it. Love means in a mysterious way. Nagpalakpakan ang mga tao sa pagkatapos ng kanta ni Lara. Panghuling kanta niya iyon, kaya bumaba na siya ng entablado. Maraming bumati sa kanya. May ilang talent scout na rin siyang nakilala, pero tuwi na ay tinanggihan niya ang alok ng mga ito na maging recording artist. She didn't want to enter her sister's world. It was too complicated. It was almost 12 midnight. Nagmadali siyang umuwi. Dahil walang ganoong sasakyan sa daan, ay mabilis na narating niya ang kanyang bahay. She frowned when she noticed a vehicle parked in front of her house. Meron tatak ang katawan niyon na logo ng Luna National. Pagkababa niya ng kotse, ay bumaba na rin sa nasabing kotse ang dalawang sakay niyon. Napasinghap siya nang mapagtanto kung sino ang mga iyon. Dad! Mom! Hindi siya makapaniwalang nasa harap niya ngayon ang kanyang mga magulang. Parang isang panaginip na biglang nagkatotoo. Iniisip kasi niya na hindi na siya babalikan ng mga ito. Tears started to flood her eyes. Honey, sambit ng kanyang ina. Walang salitang namutawi sa kanyang mga bibig. She just walked toward her mother and hugged her. Nag-iyakan silang dalawa. I'm so sorry, paulit-ulit na sabi nito. Nang maghiwalay sila, ay agad na yumakap sa kanya ang kanyang ama. Panay rin ang pagluha nito at paghingi ng tawad na hindi niya maintindihan kung bakit. Niyaya niya sa loob ng bahay niya ang mga ito. Tuwang-tuwa ang dalawa nang makita si Popcorn. "Lara, we're sorry for what we did to you," sambit ng kanyang ina. "You didn't do anything, Mom, Dad," she said, smiling. She was so glad to see them. Pinaupo niya ang mga ito. "Exactly. Wala kaming ginawa. Naging maramot ako, anak. I was consumed by my pain. Hindi ko naisip na baka naghihirap ka rin, anak," sabi ng kanyang ina. "I made the same mistake too, honey. Every single night, I blame myself sa nangyari sa inyong magkakapatid. I hated myself for not being there for you. Pero ang malaking pagkakamali namin ng daddy mo ay ang hindi pagsaalang-alang sa'yo. You lost your siblings and you lost us too. Sana ay mapatawad mo kami, Lara. At kung ano man ang nangyari sa araw na iyon, forgive yourself too, anak. Stop blaming yourself for what happened," madamdaming pahayag ng kanyang ina. "I don't know how, Mom," she said while crying. "Oh, honey," muli siyang niyakap nito ng mahigpit. "We'll do it together, okay? You, me, and Dad." Lumiwanag ang kanyang mukha. "You mean you're back together?" "Yes, we'll be together from now on," tugon ng kanyang ama. The three of us, hindi niya mailarawan ang kaligayahan sa kanyang puso. For the longest time, she had never felt that happy until now. Parang sa labis na kaligayahan ay tila biglang naghilom ng bahagya ang mga sugat niya. Her wounds became less painful. Maybe the time would come when they wouldn't be painful anymore. They just stayed there, hugging close to each other. "How did you know?" Tanong nang sabihin ng mga ito ang pinagagawa niya sa buhay niya. "Lemuel told us everything. We met him in Canada and we talked." Naluha uli siya. Maybe this was Lemuel's way of fixing her life. Malaki ang dapat na ipagpasalamat niya rito. Kaya pala bigla itong nawala. Pagkatapos ng Pasko ay hindi na uli niya ito nakita. Malaking bagay ang ginawa nito para sa kanya. Maybe, somehow, he did care about her. Ano kaya ang magiging kaganapan sa pagitan ni Lemuel at Lara? Abangan po natin ang huling kabanata ng ating kwento. Maraming salamat!